Hi everyone, Karen here. Our second discussion this week is on infant formula advertisements in Vietnam. And the main point behind the questions in this section is to discuss cultural relativism and ideas on cultural relativism. So if you did not include that in your first post, you should go back and make some comments on some of the ideas and concepts in our textbook on cultural relativism. The reason for that is because we really want to investigate differences between cultures and whether or not we should be imposing our own viewpoints on other cultures. Some of you brought up the idea that the right to privacy is important enough that we should make this a global concept. That means that we should impose our belief structure about the right to privacy on other cultures. Now, many people have found this problematic, so you're going to find arguments both for and against imposing our beliefs on other cultures. And this will be a big part of our discussion as we continue the class. So I want you to think about this question and whether or not it's right as you go over the text material and as you think about the discussion questions for the next 7 weeks, because you'll see these issues come up time and time again. If you want additional information about this subject, to get you started, you might want to look at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That is where a lot of countries go to determine whether or not we should impose particular rights on other countries. And we're going to be discussing some controversial topics like female genital mutilation and whether or not the continued practice of that should be a cultural right for those who believe in female genital mutilation, or if we should have laws in place that automatically say that that is against human rights and that we should do something about that as a country and, globally, because there are other countries that agree with the United States on that position. So what I really want you thinking about is that, no matter where you are in the world, what kind of concepts can we apply to everybody? Are there any laws or beliefs that apply throughout the world, no matter what culture you come from? And this will be a big part of our conversation in this class. Americans are naturally taught to be skeptical of information. So when you see an advertisement on TV, you might very readily question it, maybe do some more research, take a look at the facts, and in fact some of you did bring that up in your posts, that you would take a look at what's being presented to you in advertising and do some further research. And I think that's great. But we also need to consider whether or not that's a part of other cultural belief systems, and maybe why they wouldn't do that, or maybe why they wouldn't think privacy policies applied to them. What's different about that culture? Are they more community-based rather than individually based? And this is kind of an argument that we'll see between Eastern philosophical topics and Western philosophical topics. And later in the course, we'll go over some virtue ethics ideas, and you can see this being drawn out more. I'll definitely make those parallels for you. So for now, what I want you thinking about is differences between culture and our sense of right and wrong, our beliefs, and when it's right to impose those beliefs on other people. All right, I'll see you in the discussion area.